Okay.
Can I just say that this looks, from this angle, like you're in the prison yard with this big fence behind you with the barbed wire?
Didn't you go to jail?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Alright, I'm so keen. I'm so keen.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself?
Are you filming?
Yep.
What's up? I started off recreational, but then I didn't realise how susceptible to addiction I was because, you know, obviously alcoholism and drugs and that ran in my family, and some people are more susceptible to it than others. It's a predisposition, but I know I was one of them people. Making the gains!
How long have you been vegan?
2 years. World Vegan Day 2013, I went vegan.
Why do you think people eat animals?
Well, people eat animals because they are programmed culturally through their, you know, you eat what your parents ate, and it's just the cultural norm. It's there's big advertising happening too. The meat and dairy industry, huge amounts of money they're pouring into advertising, and it's just become ingrained in our culture now to the point where, like, doctors are recommending it, and, like, you know, I think that these meat and dairy industries have got their little sticky fingers in everywhere. So they're in our nutrition education, it's in our schools, it's programmed through, you know, your parents, and then passed on through generations, and now it's a part of, like, tradition and, you know, Christmas, and we've got Thanksgiving, and they base it all around fucking commodifying animals. So it's like, yeah, so it's a really ingrained into our culture. I don't think it's a natural part of being a human. I think it's not natural, it's programmed into us, so we're going against our compassionate nature as a human.
Why do you refrain from eating animals?
Mainly because I don't want to cause suffering. I'm a big believer in karma, and what you do to others comes back to you, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of causing suffering to innocent animals. Well, there's other reasons.
Yeah, go
It's good for your health.
Yeah.
Good for your health, keeps you slim, less likely to get heart disease, diabetes, cancer, all that shit. It's good for the planet. Environmental impact can't be measured, and it's the way forward, and it's a win-win-win. There's no... A better question someone asked me is, why wouldn't you be vegan? Like, why aren't you vegan? That's probably a better question, because that's the one that doesn't have an answer. So,
was there a single defining moment that drove you to go vegan?
being sober, okay, having the clarity of mind, stop being complacent in my life. I started taking action, and I stopped living a lie and being a hypocrite and being a walking contradiction. I thought I just wanted to align my so-called morals that I thought I had. I wanted to align them with my actions, because until you do that, you're just you're a liar. And I'm an honest person. I pride myself as being an honest person. I knew that I was just a walking hypocrite if I was saying that I was an animal lover, but I was still eating them. I was, you know, I've seen hypocrisy there, and I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And yeah, now I've never been so much at peace in my life.
But there's a movement in the United States about, you know, going back to basics, raising non-GMO animals. You know, what do you think about grass-fed, organic, humanely raised animal farming?
I don't think there's a humane way to exploit animals. I don't think there's any humane way of commodifying and exploiting any living creature that wants to live freely, and we all come onto this planet conscious, and all should have the same equal rights of freedom as everyone else. So, like, if I was just to humanely raise a bunch of humans in my little caged off area here, treat them all, you know, beautifully in, like, their little prisons, and then chop off their head while they're asleep, you know, would that be humane? No, it wouldn't. So we need to pull our fucking heads out our asses and stop trying to justify exploiting animals with grass-fed, organic, free-range, brush its feathers before you fucking eat its period or something. It's like, fuck off, stop. We need to stop treating them as a product altogether. There's no way around it, and whatever people say to fucking justify it is just, it's a load of shit, and we need to, there's nowhere to draw the line. It's like, it's either we exploit animals or we fucking don't. It's wrong. There's no right way to exploit animals, or if there's no humane or right way of doing it. That just shouldn't be done whatsoever. Every animal should just be free to live a happy life, and that's it. They should just exist for the reason of existing and having a life that that it loves, and like everyone else has that right. And that's what I think an animal is here to do, is live, not be a slave to a fucking another animal. Yeah, like superior Hitler sort of mentality that we fucking think that we're better than fucking anything else on this fucking earth. And that's why the earth is going to shit, because there's this disharmony and imbalance, and it's from us sucking the life out of the earth and sucking the life out of anything that we can commodify in our path. That's why people aren't at peace, and that's why people are dying of fucking cancer, and that's why there's starving children and wars and famine and disease, and the jails are full and people are committing suicide. Because until you start treating, you know, other beings how you want to be treated, then it's going to be this circle of karma, and we're just on a sinking ship until we make that change. I think that our actions on a day-to-day basis affect the whole. So anything that we do in our day-to-day lives affects the whole. So you can see, if I'm exploiting people around me, then you can see that on a world scale. I think it's all connected. Everything's connected. You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty. And how do you feel about the questions? Do you feel like you need to expand on anything?
I love them. They're great questions.
Awesome. Did becoming vegan change any other aspect of your life?
It's made me a more peaceful person. More peaceful, more aware. I thought I was aware before. I was really spiritual and into conscious thought, and believed in like all these out there things. But I think this way of living made me more peaceful, more aware, more clarity of mind, better energy. What was the question again?
Did becoming vegan change any other aspect of your life?
Every aspect of my life. Every aspect. Spiritually, emotionally, energy-wise. Every aspect of my life in a positive way. I'll just leave it there, because I could go on for about 6 days about all the different...
Huge
It's
thing.
probably the best decision I've made in my life after being sober, because if I wasn't sober I would never have made that decision. But it was the second best decision I've ever made in my life, and I if you don't have a problem with drugs and alcohol, I'd say that it would be the best decision you ever make. And actually it's the best decision I ever made, because the sobriety thing, to be sober, was a sort of a self-centered decision. But when you become vegan, you're doing so much for the planet and lessening suffering that it's a better decision, because it's not just a self-righteous thing you're doing.
With sobriety, do you think that it was the best choice for you, or do you think that if everyone went sober, it would significantly improve the world type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. Look at the legalised drugs, prescription drugs and alcohol. They're there for a reason. They keep people dumbed down enough so they don't realise the prison that they're living in, and that's a good Bill Hicks quote. So people work all week, 9 to 5, and the only thing that can make them feel okay about it is they get to drink beer on a Friday. It keeps them numb, it keeps people dumbed down, it keeps people from questioning the fucking reality that we're in, because there's so much bullshit and lies, and we're all imprisoned in this reality because we will never be truly free until we stop enslaving animals. And I think that's why we aren't truly free as a species, because we enslave animals and we commodify animals and we exploit animals. So we are being commodified, exploited and imprisoned ourselves. And I don't think that is an accident. So above is so below, or whatever it's called. So,
are you likely to pursue further means of preventing animal exploitation, such as activism?
Yes, yeah, every day. Every day, just a little planting seeds here and there. Even in my day-to-day life, if I don't do anything big, like get out there in the streets and plant seeds, and I'm doing it in my day-to-day life, just texting people that I know and planting seeds in supermarkets with people, talking about veganism, wearing vegan t-shirts and bringing up conversations. And if someone's overweight, then dropping vegan seeds about how it's helped me get slim. And if someone's sick, how veganism is good for health. And you know, if someone claims to love their dog, then how they don't really if they're eating a steak. And you know, just little things like that, and do it in a tactful, clever way, so that you help lead people to the truth. I don't think it's as productive as to say to someone you're a liar and you're cruel because of this. I think you help lead them to their own answer by asking a clever couple of questions, and then they can realise the truth for themselves. So you lead them to the truth. You don't have to fucking point your finger and shove it down someone's throat, even though I think that does help some people that are that far asleep and have their head that far up their ass that they'll never fucking wake up. So they do need a slap in the fucking face. But like, making it rain with the questions. Go fucking vegan, bro.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat, Let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on pop.
What was the question?
Just let me know if you want me to repeat the question.